Hey everyone, how's it going? And welcome back to this mini-series of my most recent travels past. I just want to go ahead and say 7-Eleven is life. I basically lived out of them while visiting Japan. Some would argue there's cheaper and better local food places to go to, and hey, maybe they're right. But these bad boys are everywhere, hard to miss, easy to find, and absolutely sublime with what they have to offer. Food, coffee, clothes, answers to life, they have it all. I want to also give a shout out to the amazing rail and transportation company. In Japan, well, company should I say, Tokyo's main station and Shinjuku is probably the busiest ones I've experienced, but so affordable and expansive with route options as well being extremely punctual. I spent my first night in the busy streets of Tokyo, but with all the electric vehicles it was surprisingly peaceful. I woke up to head off to Kyoto, which I'd use as a hub to spend a few days. This place was a lot more peaceful in comparison. I was temple hopping on my first day and was spoiled for choice. The red gates. These are notorious if you were in Kyoto, and I was so lucky to come when it was sunny. I did a lot of walking on my first day. The next day it was raining, unfortunately, but this didn't stop me as I was temple hopping like there was no tomorrow. The Golden Temple was the most packed, but I can see why. There was lots of school trips there that day too. I didn't come this far to be stopped by the weather, plus it added to a beautiful ambience as well. My next day was spent exploring cities outside of Kyoto. I saw Nara, which is famous for its polite bowing deer. They're a bit feisty for food, bless them, and headed off to the famous, vibrant, expressive city of Osaka afterwards, which was short visited, but the canal in the center was amazing to see. I walked up and down, absorbing all the restaurants and shops. The signage for everything posted up in a collage of expressive colors and Japanese calligraphy mixed with typography. It was beautiful. This was a city I wish I spent more time in, but I'm glad I visited nonetheless. I headed to Tokyo after all these beautiful adventures to spend a night and transited to Fuji Kawaguchiko, which is a great spot to see Mount Fuji from. I was unfortunate though, as it was a cloudy day. Still, the walk from the train station, more like a mini hike, which took me a few hours, was really nice. When I got to my hostel, I just wrote these as relaxation days because I didn't really do much. I headed back to Shinjuku, Tokyo after, which I spent the remainder of my time in Japan. I used this as base. I did another day trip to Kamakura. This has a cool sky rail which gives you some amazing views. At the end of this rail, you hop off and there's a small island called Enoshima which you can reach on foot. This is an amazing spot for sunsets, and you can also see Mount Fuji if visibility is good. For me, it was not, but you know, you can't have everything. I spent the remainder of my time in Tokyo exploring second-hand clothing shop, and it dropped temperature a bit as well. I managed to snag myself a few t-shirts, $1 each, and a long sleeve t-shirt for another $1 as well. Absolute bargain. I was also trying loads of new and delicious foods to myself. I tried wagyu, I tried lovely ramen, and lots of other things as well. It was a bit rainy on my last couple days, and I think Japan was as sad as I was to see it go. On reflection, Japan was great. I can't think of anything necessarily negative or problematic which I experienced. It's a very beautiful place to visit. The only thing I will say is if you're booking, make sure you book everything in advance, because if you leave stuff to the last minute, even the day before, the price actually goes up a significant amount. For booking, I'd use a mixture of Agoda and booking.com. It's great for accommodation. For transportation, I bought the JR Rail Pass, which I wouldn't actually recommend because you can actually save yourself a significant amount of money by buying individual tickets. You can also just buy a card which you can top up, which is a lot more useful, and you save yourself a lot more money as well. I like the JR Rail Pass for me because you had this ticket and you could just keep using it. I bought the week one, so you keep reusing it for a week, so I didn't have to, you know, go queue for a ticket, get a ticket every time I wanted to go somewhere. I also rented that portable Wi-Fi hotspot, which isn't really needed in Japan. Really, Wi-Fi is everywhere, and you can download an app on your phone which connects to the free Wi-Fi automatically. It's also really good to carry cash on you in Japan because it is very 50-50 still. The amount of times where I'd spent all my cash and I'm like, darn, they just didn't really accept foreign cards. It was mainly in the train stations. There is specific areas which do accept foreign cards, but they're very kind of out of the way. That is Japan. Cheers guys, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for my up and coming adventures.